Hello and welcome to Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
And I am Tayo Salam. Many thanks for joining us again. All right, this is what the show looks like. Unfortunate news concerning Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen. He's going to be out for 3 months after undergoing surgery on his facial fractures. And what that means is AFCON is a no-go for Victor Osimhen. Very, very sad news.
It's sad. Well, 3 months he will be out. So it's going to take a miracle if he will be going to AFCON. Maybe if the paper is actually saying 3 months, what God cannot do does not exist. So let's see if miraculously he will be fit for AFCON, because Victor Osimhen is one player that we will definitely miss if he will now be there at the Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. Also on the program, well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is gone. United are back to winning ways, and Michael Carrick, the former midfielder, is the man responsible for that victory over Villarreal. 2 goals it was, also having John Sancho scoring his very first goal since joining Manchester United.
Coincidence?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, congratulations to Michael Carrick on that winning start as the interim manager of Manchester United. Also on the program this time, basketball, where the Tigress, they now know their rivals for qualification for the 2022 FIBA Basketball World Cup. We're going to be telling you all about their opponents in about five seconds, actually.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to be telling you straight away.
2 seconds. All right. That's where we're starting the show with. That's where we're starting off with this morning, talking about the Tigress. Yes, they know their group, but we're all sad here because we know Ezinne Kalu would not be part of this first round of qualifiers. Okay, there you have the group right there. Starting with Group A: Australia, South Korea, Serbia, and Brazil in Group A. And Group B, there you have Nigeria, France, China, and of course Mali. In Group C, you have Bosnia and Herzegovina, Japan, Canada, and Belarus. And Group D, Russia, USA, Puerto Rico, and Belgium in that order.
Fantastic. So there you go. Nigeria will be contesting for spots at the World Cup next year in Group B against France, China. There's also Mali. And Cecilia, what are Nigeria's chances of actually progressing to the World Cup? I would say very, very good.
Yeah, it's really, really good because 3 teams.
Yeah, 3 teams. Exactly. So you'd say we don't underestimate Mali and just think it's a gimme against Mali. Yeah. The girls will still have to go on court and absolutely earn the victory against the Malians. But just based on the antecedents, based on how good the Tigress are in Africa, you'd say if there are no issues off the court that's going to distract the girls. We know there are at the moment, so hopefully all of those issues are resolved before the qualifiers tip off. You'd say the Tigers stand a very good chance of picking the 3rd ticket in that group. France, we all know. Yeah. China, we all know how good those 2 teams are. But the other sport is going to be a straight battle between Nigeria and Mali. And Cecilia, it must be said as well too that your games against these French and the Chinese sides matter as well. So even if you lose, don't lose scandalously, because they might come to play a role in the eventual qualification or non-qualification.
So, and it's going to be in Belgrade. That's where the Tigress, that's the venue for that of the Tigress. You also have the USA as one of the venue.
Washington.
Washington, there. Yeah. Japan, that's Osaka, one of the venue, and the other one is Belgrade. So, the qualifiers is going to be between February 10th to 13th. So that's where it's going to take place, and hopefully the Tigress will make it again to the World Cup, which will be hosted by Australia. It's going to be in Sydney, and it's going to be played between September 22nd to October 1st. October 1st, Nigeria Independence Day. Just imagine the Tigress go to the finals, and they're playing the finals on the day. Okay, let's qualify first, and then
Don't get carried away, Cecilia. Come on. Anyway, so that's it for you. The Tigress, the opponents for qualification for the FIBA Basketball World Cup in Australia next year. Let's move on with the show now. Still talking basketball in Nigeria, where in a couple of days, Cecilia.
On Friday.
Yeah, 2 days. Friday. Thursday, Friday. Yeah, 2 days. Couple of days. Yeah. The Tigress are going to be in action.
That's the qualifier tournament.
Just
also
like
for
that.
The 2023 World Cup African qualifiers. There you have the D Tigers roster. Now, if you look at these names, you have so many people coming back. I mean, when I mean so many, Ike Diogo, for instance, the captain, is back in the squad.
That is the prominent comeback, definitely.
Yeah. You have others like Ike Nairogbe is there, Jalil Akindele, Christopher Obekba, Jordan Ogudiron, Ben Uzo, Keith Omera, and there's so many other players there. You also have the home-based players that have been invited. Abdul Wahab Yakubu, Michael Okiki, Ibe Agu, Bright Akweti, and Owen Oriahi are the players that have been invited from the home front. And the head coach is Julius Owonsu. And then, I mean, when I saw the name, I started asking questions. Who is Julius Owonsu?
So I will try and answer those questions tomorrow on the show. But as it is right now, this is what the squad looks like for the D Tigers in terms of their women, the men's basketball World Cup African qualifiers. That's a team that will be prosecuting that particular championship, which is going to start in a couple of days, Cecilia, Friday. So it's just around the corner. So we'll leave that until.
I was going to say, Julius, I mean, former D Tigers player, and all right,
we're going to do a comprehensive preview
of the game,
exactly of the competition. So we have enough time to do all of that now. But we got to get on with the show, Cecilia, and still talking basketball. But this time around in the NBA, just about 4 games went down early this morning. We have the results for you. We're going to take them before we focus on our star matchup. The Miami Heat were in action against the Detroit Pistons, ended 109-92 in favor of Miami. Tyler Hero was hero of the day, 31 points and 8 rebounds in that victory. For Miami, the LA Lakers also were in action against the New York Knicks. The Knicks prevailed 106-100. That's our feature game. So we'll come back to it in about a minute. Elsewhere, it was the Nuggets losing against the Blazers. The Blazers are home, almost unbeatable, 119-100. CJ McCollum, 32 points in that victory. Damian Lillard, 25 points and 5 assists for the Blazers for their 4th straight win and 9th in a row at home. Last but not the least is the Clippers against the Mavericks, where it was Dallas that won 112-104. Kristaps Porzingis, 30 points on the night. Luka Doncic came back from injury into the lineup to score 26 points in that victory over the LA Clippers in overtime.
And
all
right. That's it for the
Lakers and Knicks.
Let's talk about the Lakers and Knicks right now, which is our star match for the day. Now, they were playing without a suspended superstar, talking about LeBron James. He's suspended for 1 game. And not even Russell Westbrook triple-double could save the Lakers. I mean, the title hopefuls, that's who they are.
They're not playing like title
They're not playing like that
hopefuls at the moment.
Even when Anthony Davis come out to say, the other time, they're not playing like that. They need to start playing like that for them to be able to compete, for the title. But right now, it's not looking like that because James wasn't on court. But then you expect other players to step up. Yes, Russell Westbrook did. He posted 18
best game in the
in
Lakers
the
shirt.
quarter. I mean, that's it. But Lakers right now, 9-8 to start the season, not really good enough at all.
That's just 1 game above 500 for the Lakers. For the Knicks, let's pay a thought for them. Even Fournier, 26 points on the night. Julius Randle, 20 points and 16 rebounds, as well as 5 assists for the Knicks. While for Russell Westbrook, like Cecilia said, it was a triple-double of 31, 13, and 10. 18 points in a sensational third quarter. Tried to rally the LA Lakers, but at the end, was close, but no cigar for them. Anthony Davis had a bit of an issue before the game started.
Illness,
woke up with illness and wasn't even sure if he was going to play, but somehow made
for 20 points.
Exactly, made the game, scored 20 points, but was very poor in terms of his shooting. 3 of 14 for 12 points, and for that was Carmelo Anthony, rather.
Yeah,
but for
Carmelo
Anthony Davis,
was the one who was really poor.
Yeah, Carmelo was worse than Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis got 6 rebounds, including that 20 points and 3 assists, and he was on court for 34 minutes.
Yeah, so
despite the fact they had that illness.
Yeah, but for the 20 points, he shot just 7 for 17. So that's a really low percentage for his very high standards. Anyways, let's get post-game reactions. And coming from the coach, Frank Vogel, is very disappointed in the manner in which they started the game. We're going to hear from Anthony Davis as well, to telling us about this illness that started just before tip-off. Welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. You got to listen to Anthony Davis revealing how he battled fever just before tip-off against the New York Knicks. He tried his best, but obviously wasn't enough on the night. The Lakers, like I said, are not playing like a championship side at all. They've now lost 4 in the last 5 games, just 1 game above 500. They will need to really step it up if they want to contend for the title. All right, let's leave basketball now. Time to talk about football right here in Nigeria. Of course, the NPFL is still on break. We're waiting for when it's going to start. But while they're on break, the lower cadres, the lower divisions, they're already planning on how to get their season started. And this time around, we're going to be talking about the Nigeria National League side now. NLO sides, they will be competing in the Creative Championship. Is back for a second time. Last season was very, very interesting, and they're back for a second time. We have one of the players from the team, Igomu FC to be precise, Ubong Friday, joining us on the show this morning. Ubong Riches, good morning. How are you? How's it going, man?
Fine, man.
Very excited for the season?
Yeah. So, it's good to be here, though. So, it's a very, very big privilege. So, talking about the Creative Championship, it's really been a very, very big exposure to me as a person, and probably to the players
as well.
Because this NLO game, it's probably the toughest tier of the division we have in Nigeria.
NLO say the same thing as well. NLO say the same as well.
Okay, well, that's my own perspective. I don't know about anybody.
Yeah.
So I give them kudos to the Creative Championship. They've really done a lot in exposing the players. Yeah. They've really tried in building the confidence in players, because I believe if you can even play the Creative Championship, you should really be able to play above in any level of the world. So I just encourage the young players to put more effort, because there are a lot we expect from them. We hope to see many more from them this season and so on.
Indeed. Cecilia, we're seeing pictures are coming from the last first year's final between, I think I could see Bagada FC in action in that one.
And Beyond Limits.
Beyond Limits.
Beyond Limits are the defending champion. We're supposed to have the coach here this morning, but he's not been able to make it because of traffic. Now, we know this Creative Championship, last time you had fewer teams. Now you're going to be having 10 teams, taking part. It's going to be more difficult for a team like Igomu FC.
Oh, definitely it tends to be difficult, because we expect the teams coming in to bring in more challenge, because everybody is always taking it. It's a league, so definitely it's going to be more tedious. So expect more challenges, and Igomu FC, I trust the team. They're going to put up a lot of fights. So
carry on, Lang.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to put up a lot of fights, so expect everybody to expect many more from all the teams, but mainly from Igomu FC.
All right. So you're saying you're tipping Igomu FC as the favorites, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
But what has your preparations been like, though? Like, how have you guys been getting ready for the Cup?
It's not been easy. It's not
Why
been
is
easy.
that?
Okay. See, we have to train. We have to prepare hard. We train both day, during the sun. It's not easy. So we just put in more, because looking at how we prepared last season, we can't really compare it to how we've been preparing this season. We've been very serious, the coaching staff, the management, and everybody. So we just hope to put in all our best. And number one, we put everything in God's hands, so we just hope for the best.
Yeah, going for the best. Obviously, you want to have a personal target. Yes, Beyond Limits won it last season. Igomu FC will obviously want to compete, and you talked about how you guys have been training hard to ensure you at least get to the final or even win. But then for you have a personal target that you want to achieve, and also your team. Why other teams should be afraid of Igomu FC this coming season?
Let me start with my own personal objective, my own personal aim. It's a normal aim every player has, to play outside, mainly Europe.
Okay.
But even though it doesn't come that way, even if it's within Nigeria, that's what like me in person, I don't pray to play the Creative Championship up to a season. The January transfer window, something good should be coming in. That depends on our hard work. So with my team, and also, so it's the dream of every other player. Also, I wish everybody the best. So you know, it depends on hard work, commitment, and how serious and focused you are, because nothing good comes easy.
No,
So
not at all.
that's all.
Not in a sports like football, which is very competitive. But let me get this. Did you feature in the first edition, or this is going to be?
Yeah, I featured in the first
okay,
edition.
so you're hoping this is going to be your last, or?
Yeah, it's going to be my last. Definitely. My God, it's going to be
what position do you play? I mean, seeing you coming, you look about 6 feet tall.
I'm a goalkeeper.
There you go. You're the goalkeeper. I mean, I can see you coming into the studio. You know, okay, interesting. Goalkeeping, like, I'll just ask you. I know, because when I was growing up, most players want, as a young star growing up, you always wanted to play upfield as a striker, as a winger. You didn't even want to be in the goal post.
Yeah.
So how did it happen for you? Like, how did you end up being in the goal post? Were you a player before going back?
Actually, definitely, I was a player.
There you go.
I was playing as a supportive striker.
There you go.
I played from 8, so definitely that was where I was playing from. So, but let's say the year 2015, things happened. I had to fall back in goal.
Why? What are the things that happened?
Our goalkeeper were out. That time it was actually grassroots. So when it happened like that, we were playing. I really can't remember the name of the team, but it was a grassroots team that time. So our goalkeeper had the red card, and there was no goalkeeper. So you know the situations where one of the outfield players has to fall back into the goal. So I did it, and I actually saved the penalty during that match.
You saved the penalty?
I saved the penalty, actually. It was a semi-final. It was a semi-final. So afterwards, people now, they were like, they've seen, because aside that, after training outfield normally, I have this love seeing goalkeepers train, and that's zeal. So even my dad told me one time, he was like, because he played football, so from Aqua Starlet, that was then, about 1990, the 90s. So he told me, he said, he has seen me do it, so why didn't I do well on goal rather than playing outfield? Even sometimes my friends do, I'm like, guy, you're too tall outfield, go inside the goal post, you have that kind of level. So exactly, so that was how it happened then. I took it, and
since then?
Yeah, I picked it up.
The rest is history.
Very, very serious.
The rest is history.
Wow.
So
interesting. I mean, I love that story. I mean, finding your feet. I mean, things you never expected you could do. And then given opportunity, and you had to take the opportunity. And right now, you are a full-fledged goalkeeper.
Like Gomu FC. That's interesting.
Now, we know the cup final is going to be, the cup competition is going to be this weekend. It's around the corner this weekend. So, are you guys taking part before the league starts in January?
Yeah, we're definitely taking part.
Okay. So, how is it going to be?
Oh, it's going to be quite interesting. It's going to be quite interesting. We're all there to have fun. Aside fun, it's business. So, because all teams have this goals of, everybody wants to market their players. Football is business. It's no longer entertainment. Gone are the days where football was just, let's have fun, entertain ourselves. But now it's a very, very big business.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. Fantastic. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
For the cup and for the league as well. So shout out to the organizers as well too of the Creative Championship. Instead of just sitting around, they've come together with this very amazing initiative, a cup and a league all rolled into one, so that these guys can get to play football, enjoy what they like doing, and perhaps start making a living out of it again. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All of the best for the season.
Thank you.
All right, we need to go on a break now. When we come back, we're going to be doing a comprehensive review of the UEFA Champions League games that were played last night. Join us again. You're welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. Just for record purposes, and let's get it right, Ubong Richards is actually 6'5" tall. That's a basketball height right there. Boy's a goalkeeper, so it's all good. Anyways, before we leave the Creative Championship, let's take a look at the draw. Let's see what the teams are like in Groups A and B. Cecilia.
Yeah, we've got Atlantic Business and Broad City, Gbagada FC, Igomu FC, and Imperial. Yeah, Gbagada FC and Igomu will be slugging it out, Tayo. So I don't know where your money will be with these two teams. That's for Group A. And Group B, Beyond Limits, defending champions will be there. Dan is also part of it. Dino SC, the Emidino, and Valiant are the teams that make up the Group B. So as we mentioned earlier, the Cup will be played, the Cup competition will be played this weekend, and the league will start in January. So you have 10 teams taking part. Okay, that's it for the Creative Championship. Kudos to the organizers, as I mentioned earlier, because if you don't have this, most of these teams, won't be playing football.
They will just be redundant.
And having a player like Richard Ubong, I think Maduka Okoye will have a lot because Maduka Okoye is 6'4", right? Okay.
No, Maduka is taller than 6'4", probably 6'6". Yeah, thereabouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We've got a guest in the studio, Demola Ogumbono. It's been a while. Welcome back. Good morning.
Good morning, Sissy. Good morning, Tayo.
Yes.
And thanks for having me again. Always good to be here doing sport. Talking about Ubong, I mean, I actually thought it was a basketball.
I met him
earlier, I thought it was a basketballer. Only for me to hear, as a goalkeeper. I mean, I think it's a, good prospect. Let him keep going. You're saying he will give Maduka Okoye a good run for his money.
It was the height. He's trying to compare.
Height-wise.
Yeah, height-wise and also Paris. Let's see what's going to bring in the Creative Championship. I believe we're obviously going to watch out for him because when you're saying we don't have goalkeepers, you just have them right here. Give them competitions, give them opportunity to play, and you have, how do I put it? You have enough, to choose from.
Exactly.
And you just be focused on, if Maduka is not here, who am I going to pick?
True.
But when you have options, then, the country is really rich in football.
Indeed.
Okay, before we talk UEFA Champions League, Tayo, quickly, let's talk about the ITTF World Championships that's taking place in Houston in the USA. Well, Arnold Quadri started on a very, very good note. Yes, he was playing against a player ranking 152nd. Doesn't really matter. Had a 4-0 victory, a good one.
Straightforward, expectedly. You don't expect Arnold to struggle at this stage of the competition. So a good one for Arnold Quadri. We still have other representatives as well to Olajide Motayo, Edem Ofiong, Bode Abiodun as well too. Those are the guys that are flying the country's flag at the World Table Tennis Championships going on in Houston, Texas. Stick with us for all of the updates on that competition on our subsequent editions of the show. So that's it for table tennis. Let's move on quickly to football now. The UEFA Champions League games that were played last night. We've got Demola to help us do a comprehensive review of all of those games. But before then, let's take a look at the results. All right, so the results in Group E, where you have Dynamo Kiev losing against Bayern Munich. No surprises there at all. Spectacular bicycle kick goal from Robert Lewandowski in that game. Bayern winning as expectedly in very, very difficult conditions in Kiev. 2-1, that's how it ended. And Lewandowski, like I said, is the first player to score in 9 successive Champions League matches twice. What a prolific striker. Indeed, in the other game ended goalless between Barcelona and Benfica. Barca needed to win this game to move a step closer into the last 16. But as it is right now, they're going to be going into the last game with a heart in mouth. Elsewhere in Group F, Manchester United 2-0 over Villarreal. Winning star for Michael Carrick. Very professional display. Cristiano Ronaldo and Jadon Sancho on target for the Red Devils. And the other matchup ended 3-0 between Atalanta and Young Boys. Atalanta must now beat Villarreal on match day 6 to qualify after twice giving up a lead in this particular game. Atalanta scored a lot of goals, but they don't know how to keep them. In Group G, Lille 1-0 over Salzburg. Sevilla 2-0 over Wolfsburg. Group H, Chelsea absolutely thrashed Juventus 4-0 to qualify for the last 16, while the other game between Malmo and Zenit ended 1-0. It's only right we'll start with Manchester United and Michael Carrick making a winning start to his career as a temporary interim manager of United.
I mean, he's taking the claim
to
probably be considered.
Well, why not?
It's very nice to get his first win, off the marker. I like the changes he made.
You like the changes? Tell us about that. Those changes.
I like the changes he made. It shows that he's stepping out from the shadow of Ole Gunnar. Even though most United fans felt you've been there all along, you were there during Mourinho's time, you were there during Ole Gunnar. Now they don't think that
he was there just assisting.
But he wasn't calling
it wasn't calling the shots. Exactly, it's a different situation.
But now he has stepped, into the scene, and from all indications on how Manchester played last night and a couple of changes he made here and there, I mean, you can see that, yes,
What change surprised you the most? You saw it, I was like, okay, what's Carrick doing here?
Yeah.
Like, do you actually has the testicular fortitude to make this change?
I like Carrick as a player.
Yeah.
He was a fantastic footballer.
Yeah. Silence.
I know he has ideas about football as well.
Yeah.
He brought that to the fore yesterday, and we saw the way Manchester played. I mean, yes, maybe the goalkeeper of Villarreal gifted that first goal to Manchester.
Yeah.
Both keepers made brilliant saves, during the match. But then you could see that Manchester United, they wanted it more. Most people didn't give them, any chance at all going into that game. When I say I give them of course I knew that I knew something was going to change. Maybe it's the coach bounce, the new coach bounce that they just
That usually happen when you have a new manager. Every player wants to play.
Want to impress. Good to see the new, what's his name again?
Jadon Van der Beek. Okay.
No, Sancho, getting the goal, his first goal for Manchester United. You could see how excited he was. It was on social media, very excited, very happy for the young man. Van der Beek as well coming through.
Starting the game.
Most people were wondering, the biggest player for Manchester United, Fernandes, sitting on the bench, not starting. But the coach knew what was doing. He came on as a sub, and don't forget, there's a game against Chelsea over the weekend. So they considered all that. But I think at the end of the day, fantastic win for Manchester United.
But, I mean, when you were talking about changes, the position he actually played, Donny Van der Beek, I mean, he played him behind Ronaldo. Usually, you see him playing alongside maybe Fred or McTominay, shielding the defense more like it.
Yes.
The formation will totally change.
Yes.
You have the three of them up front, Martial, Donny Van der Beek, and Jadon Sancho. Maybe that was another formation we're looking at. Okay, is it totally deviating from what Ole was doing? Maybe just have his own, try to stamp his own authority. And then the changes he made, as you mentioned earlier, when he had taken Ronaldo, bringing in Matic, but then that was like towards almost the end of the game, and bringing in Fernandes. And the whole, if you check, immediately he did those changes in the second half. Then United started attacking, unlike the first half where they were totally outplayed. For
even Fred was pushing so forward and winning the ball up front. I mean, you could see a different, animal in Manchester United yesterday. Of course, they have to take Ronaldo out because they are considering the game, at the weekend against Chelsea is going to be tough for them as well. But
get beaten.
Now, I mean, I'm thinking if Carrick, by any chance, any stroke of luck, get a result against Chelsea, maybe the narrative will change again that, okay,
why not?
Why would you make the same mistake twice? That's what happened when Ole came on. I'm like, hey, Ole, you got the winning streak and then do the coach. Carrick is not ripe enough to coach Manchester United. No matter what anybody's going to say about that, he's not ripe enough. Even if he's going to get all the results now, what happened in the future? Ole came and he was getting all the results. He brought signing to
got carried
away. Ole at the wheel. And then what happened at the end of the day? Ole no longer in the wheel. And then they did not even plan for replacement at all.
They didn't plan.
So I think they shouldn't.
They were being sentimental about Ole. They left it too long.
It should have been long gone. And now they don't even have anyone. They prize out.
That's the issue now. They don't have anyone. So Carrick might just be the guy going forward. Let's get the post-match thoughts of Michael Carrick. He's obviously very delighted with the winning start as a temporary interim manager of Manchester United. Michael Carrick passing his first test in charge of Manchester United. The second test is going to be this weekend against Chelsea, who are looking like a juggernaut right now. So we'll see how that one pans out. Let's talk about Chelsea. They were in action as well too in the Champions League against the old lady from Turin. And guess what? The old lady looked really, really old against Chelsea last night. 4-0. That's how it ended.
I don't know what they were playing for.
I don't know. Maybe because they're qualified.
Second half, they have 2 goals in now, made 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And when I thought the game was finished, they scored another one.
Timo Werner,
4-0.
Timo got a goal.
Timo came on as a sub. Like, he was just going to enjoy the free time since he's returning from injury.
I mean, see, as early as the first minute, Chelsea laid down the marker.
Straight away.
You knew where the game was going to go.
Okay, it's going to be
I mean, kudos to Tuchel and to his Chelsea team as well. They looked like a very well oiled machine, and the way they played from the right backs and the fullback Chaluba. I mean, for me yesterday, Reece James was the man of the match. It was simply phenomenal. I think the young man is taking his claim to be England's the Three Lions right back going into next year's World Cup. And justifiably so, because the way he's been playing, absolutely brilliant. I think he's really taken his claim. It was for me, man of the match, of the game yesterday for Chelsea, and the game in total. Chelsea were truly something special. They were phenomenal. The way they're going, I mean, the rest of Europe better sit tight, because yes, I think they're going for whatever it is that is in front of them. Yeah, back to back. I won't be surprised.
What was the last time Chelsea
played with no striker as well?
I'm trying to remember.
I mean, there's such a good side. I mean, they're a total side. Offensively and defensively, so balanced.
Kante, get pulled out yesterday. We don't know why that is. We still haven't had any news. Maybe it's due to injury or they are saving him up for the match over the weekend. And the man who came in as well, I've forgotten his name now. He came in and did a yeoman's job. Fantastic performance by Chelsea. All round, I think they were the better team. Well deserved of the 3 points.
There's never in doubt. Remember when Thomas Tuchel, when he came on, he said he's going to build a team that every team will be afraid to face. And there will be a team that will be difficult to beat.
To look like that.
I mean, they're starting to look, they're looking like, not starting, they're looking like that right now. Because just take a look at what they did at the weekend against a team who took out Liverpool.
Leicester,
against Leicester, also very tricky Leicester side. And see what they've been able to do against Juve. I mean, he said he was going to risk it all. Like, even if you have to have a Mendy actually going in for maybe a free kick towards the end of the game, he would do all that. And then at the end of the day, I mean, it was just a straightforward victory for them. Well, let's get the post-match thoughts coming from Thomas Tuchel. How strong was it? Very, very strong. Well, Juve were not looking like that because of the way they were torn apart by Chelsea. Right now, they are in the knockout phase. It was never in doubt, but then they just needed to see if they could top the group. And with the whitewashing of Juventus, they just have one more game to go to see who is going to be topping that group. Okay, we're leaving Chelsea now and talk about Barcelona. Barcelona knew what they needed to do. Just win your game, and then you're through to the knockout phase. But right now, they'll have to wait till the final day where they will be facing Bayern Munich to stand a chance of making it to the knockout phase. And now, Xavi may not just be able to continue the Champions League because now this game ended goalless. They just needed at least one goal, and that's it. But it just didn't happen.
They got lucky as well, too. Osimhen scored a fantastic goal, but apparently the ball had gone out from the corner kick already. So goalless, frustrations, very palpable. You could feel all the way from the Nou Camp. Memphis Depay tried as much as he could, just couldn't deliver the 3 points for Barcelona. So ahead of the final match day, Xavi says he's very confident that they can go to Germany and beat Bayern.
I don't see that happening. Not in the wildest dream. But then we've seen crazier things happen in football. But against the Bayern Munich side, with the way they're playing, I don't think Barcelona stand a chance. But like I said again, nothing is a given in football. Anything can happen, on any given day. But do I see that happening? Absolutely not.
You know, the beauty about this set of Bayern Munich players and the team is the fact that they concede lots and lots of goals, which is a plus for Barcelona. If they can score, that will be fine. But can they defend? That's where the problem will be.
Seeing the way they played yesterday, Barcelona, I mean, no attacking bite whatsoever. Of course, they kept possession.
They had possession.
That's not big deal.
There were a few sparkling bright lights there. The young man, Yusuf, they made a fantastic footballer. The way he played, Messi, I thought, was that Messi on the pitch or what are we seeing here? And then Gavi as well. I think they did well overall, but they're lacking bite. And then with Aguero, I don't see where the goals is going to come from. Dembele came through, but then, still lackluster performance by Barcelona. They could have lost yesterday, but then again, saved just by the skin of their teeth. But going to Germany against a very strong Bayern Munich side and hoping that they'll get a result. I don't see that happening. But then, like I said,
that's what they have to do. They've got to beat Bayern to have a chance of qualifying for the last 16. We'll see how that pans out for Barcelona. Benfica as well, 2 points behind Barcelona, and they just got to beat Dynamo Kiev.
Imagine Barcelona playing every Thursday outside.
That would be very, very sad. But anyways, these things can happen. Let's move on to games that will be played tonight in the UEFA Champions League. The big matchup is obviously between Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain. And it's all about the future of Pochettino, Maurizio. We'll get to that later on, but let's take a look at the fixtures. First of all, Cecilia.
Club Brugge and RB Leipzig will be in action. Man City and PSG, yes, we'll talk. That's our start game for today. Atletico Madrid and AC Milan will be in action. Liverpool and FC Porto is another game to look forward to. Yes, Liverpool already through to knockout stage. Besiktas and Ajax, Sporting and Borussia Dortmund, Group D. Inter Milan and Shakhtar Donetsk FC Sheriff and Real Madrid. You remember what the first embarrassment? So let's see if Real Madrid will be able to pay back. I believe, I mean, the hunger is obviously real. Now, let's talk about Man City and, of course, PSG, the game for tonight. Well, Sergio Ramos may just likely, make his debut finally for PSG after joining them from Real Madrid last season. Now, for Pep Guardiola, he has been talking about this game.
About Messi.
About Messi.
And all the stars.
Okay.
PSG are parading.
Yeah.
We'll see. First leg, very good win for PSG in the first leg. So City will be looking to get one over them this time around. But we need to go on a break. When we come back, we'll get to listen to Pep Guardiola speaking about that game against PSG tonight. We also get to listen to Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino, of course, has been talking a lot about his future, has been linked to Manchester United. We have all of the updates on that. That's going to be after this break. Join us again. Pep Guardiola speaking ahead of tonight's game against PSG, and in particular, Lionel Messi. Let's talk about the other side, Mauricio Pochettino and PSG. Speculation linking Poch with Manchester United. We're being told he's actually very interested in that particular job as well. But this is what he has to say concerning all of those rumors. When we come back, we'll get the thoughts of Demola.
Yes, that the rumors are there. I completely understand what is going on, sometimes in a positive way, sometimes in a negative way. And this type of thing cannot distract. Our rumors are there, and we need to live with that. That is the football that we are living. We are so focused. I think we are giving our 100% to try to get our best from the club and from the player to try to help them to performance in the best way. I am so happy on Paris Saint-Germain. I think it's a fantastic time to be on the club. We are fighting in the Premier League. I think it's 11 or 10 points, the difference in the Ligue 1. We are fighting for that. We are fighting now in the Champions League to qualify against Manchester City. I think, yes, I think we need to be focused in that. That is my priority and that is my responsibility.
Responsibility right now for Pochettino is to qualify PSG for the Champions League knockout stage. Demola, first of all, you convinced Poch says he's so happy at PSG despite all of the stories coming out of France.
What do you expect the man to say? We know coaches will always say the right things, but behind the scenes we know what is going on. We hear that he would love to go back to the England, where his family actually still is. He loves the country as well. He's a fantastic coach. Of course, Man United want to go for him, but I think they're doing it a bit too late now. The man says he's happy at PSG. He has the area of stars to work with there. I don't know if they're trying to distract the man from the match tonight because he has to qualify. And when a club as big as PSG has spent that much money and you have such quality of players, they expect that at least to be in the finals. He's been to one finals, before. If he can take this current PSG side to the final, which I think he can, then that's still left to be, to be seen. But then if I don't know what Manchester United, really want at this point in time. Would they wait to the end of the season before they go for their man? A few coaches, a few former players, Mike Hughes, I was listening to his interview yesterday that I wouldn't mind going there, the interim, that he sees Pochettino as a very viable option for Manchester United. Everybody rates the man very highly. He's a very, very good coach. But then the timing, I think, for me, is just wrong.
Now, and if you check reports coming from France, is the fact that they said the fans are actually rooting for Zinedine Zidane to come and coach PSG.
PSG, while he leaves.
Why he leaves. Even before that, so most of the fans don't really like him.
Which is strange because he's a former player.
He's a former player. They don't really like him. So they've been talking about having Zinedine Zidane back to coach PSG, and then Pochettino will obviously leave. Now, and even if Pochettino is going to leave PSG, he's not going to leave until the end of the season. You have to see out this season.
Yeah,
and they won't leave for cheap as well.
So what we're now, what we're hearing,
10 million. We heard that United will pay 10 million pounds to PSG to take him out.
So what we're hearing again, because the story is not going away, and as a matter of fact, it's getting more intense by the day. We're hearing now that Man United actually come for their man this summer. Like, want to get him straight away this season, even before the season ends, and you wonder how possible that is going to be halfway into the season. They're saying Pochettino doesn't mind leaving. I mean, is that unsettled at PSG? He doesn't mind leaving straight away.
Stays in the hotel, so maybe.
There you go. So we'll see. We'll see if United get their man.
The money is there for money is not a question for Manchester United, a billion-dollar club.
What about the story that came out that they were supposed to have gone for Conte at that time, but they couldn't afford it?
No, that's not. Come on.
I don't think it was affordability. They were saying that he's not the right man for them. I don't know why they would think that. You know, Conte is a serial winner, and they say doesn't fit the style of the club.
Yeah, that's what they say.
They want a more calm, gentle.
They don't want another Mourinho.
I don't understand.
Similar personalities.
I understand. You have somebody who's a serial winner who will win you titles.
They don't even understand the kind of players they have. They have lazy. I'm sorry to use the word. They have players who are not supposed to be lazy, but they play as if they're lazy players. So if you have players like that who seems to be lazy, you need a coach who can actually tell them what to do.
This is it.
I mean, you have to do this.
If you don't do it, you
have Harry Maguire misbehaving.
I think the board of Manchester United, they don't really care. I don't think they know much about football. They have so many franchises here.
Like, yeah.
They have franchises in the US as well. They are making money. They are businessmen. If you put people who know about football there, I think, yes, they will do the needful. They should have gotten Conte during the international window. They didn't do that. And now, mid-season crisis, they're looking to go and get Pochettino, distracting the young man from doing his own job at PSG, you know, and then the story just keeps going on and on. But then it's good for sport business. It's good for sport news. We'll see how the story unfolds.
I think you've nailed it. The guys that are running Manchester United, they don't seem to know a lot about football, and they have a clear strategy for United, which is based on constant qualification for the UEFA Champions League and making money, share prizes and stuff like that. So as far as that's still working for United, perhaps football-wise, they might not just be returning to their former glory days. Well, fingers crossed that. We'll see.
Papers now. I'll start with Sporting Life here. Sporting Life, yes, the story of Osimhen. Sporting Life says confirm Osimhen out of AFCON.
Unless miracle, like Cecilia said.
Yeah, if a miracle happen, yeah, it's possible.
Osimhen is a fighter.
It will be out for 3 months. That's according to Sporting Life here. And he underwent a successful surgery just yesterday, so he's supposed to rest to recover from that fractured eye socket and also cheekbone. So this is...
you just said Osimhen is a fighter now. Like, so are you kind of hoping?
I'm hoping against all odds.
Come on, you need to get your mind ready for Osimhen not being at the AFCON. It's not going to happen.
I'm not buying that still. I'm still hoping. Because yes,
all right, guys,
I am hoping.
That's what we have on Sporting Life here. You have other stories here, which you can see them. Okay, we can see them. And Bayern hit 5 unvaccinated players with salary cuts. Okay. Now, these players are, they're going to visit, there's Serge Gnabry there, there's Kimmich there, there's Musiala there, there's Moting also part of the players that will get a salary cut simply because they could not.
That's a very strange one.
Players. This thing is really
Sporting Life, right?
Yeah, Sporting Life, yes.
Sporting Life, that's the paper we're reviewing.
Okay, move over to Complete Sports.
All right, then, let's go to Complete Sports. Osimhen blow for Eagles. The same story is dominating all of the papers. This one is out of 2022 AFCON. So you guys better be ready. Classy Chelsea thrash Juve to go top of the group. Showdown at the Etihad. Messi aims to strike down Guardiola. Citizens again. Ronaldo Sanchez sent United into UCL knockout round. Umar Sadiq not for sale at any price in January. As according to Almeria chief LRC. Thiago Ropici's Barcelona return rumors. And there's also Chelsea considering Hazard return on loan.
Okay, where will he fit in?
Come on.
Where's he going to play?
Bench.
I mean,
Bench.
I feel sorry for Hazard. Fantastic player.
Never worked out.
It never worked out for him at Real Madrid. Injury just, it's really sad. But I think the talent is still there. He's still a fine player. But where will he fit in at Chelsea? Into the new coach's plan, it's really going to be tough.
The bench is not full, so the bench is not full. Okay, Sporting Sun is the last one. You also have the story of Osimhen, and another one, Ghent coach talking about Paulo Nuachu will also score goals. In top league. That's when he leaves the club. And Isaac Sossia said I got carried away at Watford. It's talking. Interesting one. And Anthony Joshua called out for another rematch. What's this about?
Who's that?
Is that
Charles
Joshua?
Martin?
Charles
calling
Martin.
him out.
Maybe I think it's Charles.
Probably Charles wants to knock him out again.
I don't see that happening.
Of course not.
Happen. Demola,
He
thank
just
you
wants
so
the
much
money.
for coming on the program. He wants some money. Anthony Joshua is not going to fight him anyway.
Nah.
Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me, Sisi.
Thank you. Thank you all for watching as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Tayo Salam.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. See you tomorrow.